Yeah, Boxing Bros UK. Tune in, watch the channel, and enjoy. And enjoy this. Thank you.
That's what we'll start with. Ishmael Davis, Sam Gilley, Chris, and I know me and you were speaking, and I ended up losing my bet builder anyway because Eubank lost, and then I tried hedging my bets with a Ben Nigel Ben KO, and he was that close to doing it, so I missed that. We felt like he might be the one to let us down a little bit out of the favourites, although I would imagine. I don't even know if Davis was a favourite, but I'll tell you what, career best performance,
For sure.
we say?
For sure.
Looks really good.
He looked really good, and I still say he should. He got away with it this time, but other times he hasn't. Taking these last minute fights, short notice fights, not in his weight class and all that. He needs to start looking after his own career and stop chasing the easy money. But it was a good win.
Good win, yeah. Not much more to say on that, really. Obviously, picked up the British title now. He was clearly in jubilation at winning that title. And why not? That's a really prestigious belt, that, in Britain, the British title. So fair play to him. And, you know, his losses have been against really top opponents. So, you know, he's a decent... It was just nice to see him actually be a lot more active and engaging a lot more. And, you know, and he took some good shots from Gilley. Gilley likes to have a bit of a war. He's a bit known for that. And the one thing I'll say before moving on to the next fight is that I think Gilley will be a bit disappointed. I think he just sort of took a couple of rounds off at times, and I think he's overall the better boxer, and he narrowly missed out, didn't he? But I think he'll be a bit disappointed.
Just got outworked, really.
Yeah.
From a slower man who's more sluggish.
Yeah, but fair play to Ishmael Davis. You know, it'd be interesting to see what he does at 154 if he sticks at 154, which because they don't go up and down in weights at that weight, but we'll see what happens. Moving on, Chris, to the big man moving up to heavyweight, Riakporhe. I'll tell you what, he fucking looks like a heavyweight. I know he's getting on a bit now, 35, 36, but hasn't been in that many wars, so looked good. Tommy Welch come out, didn't he? Throwing hands. Tommy, he was really, you know, his dad's a bit of a legend in the country. You know, well, the legend's a bit maybe strong, but he's well.
He was a good fighter.
Got Welch, yeah. But
and he was in Snatch, and he was in Snatch at the end.
And he was in Snatch. Yeah, good shout. Yeah, I remember that. But you know, come out, looking to throw bombs, looking to sort of assert his territory, Tommy Welch, but just the you know, the power was with Riakporhe. I think Riakporhe took his time, you know, picked his shots well, and that right hand just looked devastating against him.
Deontay Wilder, weren't it? Straight down the pipe, boom.
I mean, what I would say about that, because there's not much really, I don't know how much we can take away from that. Like, obviously, we all want to see the Ekow fight. We want to see that fight, a heavyweight, but. What? Give me your thoughts in the heavyweight division on Riakporhe. Like, where do you? Because he talks a good game. He looks fantastic. He's very charming. Speaks well. Hits hard. 35, 36. That they're looking at maybe White Zaur. Where do you see him going?
I see him going nowhere.
I thought you might say that.
He's going fucking nowhere. He's 36, and he's all right. It was all right at cruiserweight, but he's just going nowhere. He can win a British title, a British title. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing more.
You got to love our honesty here on boxing. We never shirk an opinion, and it's just like honest opinion. I look at some of the people coming. If he was to get in there with Fabio Wardley, I think Fabio Wardley would destroy him. I think he might even struggle against a Fraser Clark, might outbox him unless he can land a big right hand. Would he beat a Dave Allen? I think he'd beat Dave Allen. Jamie TKV would be David Adelaide. Like, I'm listing off names here. They're all David Adelaide. I mean, that would be a good fight. That's a 50-50 fight for me.
Yeah.
David, and that's British level, isn't it?
Yeah, if you look at people, let's take Usyk out of the equation. Who's going to be a world champion, like in the future? Moses can be a world champion. Wardley,
Caballel,
Parker, maybe who?
Caballel.
Let's look at them guys. Yeah, can he beat any of them? Absolutely not.
No,
any of them. They're the people who I see are the future of the heavyweight division. That belts are going to be swapping hands. Like, they're all going to be fighting each other, beating each other. No, Undisputed is going to be hard to make it, but they're going to be the guys who are going to be the champions once Usyk retires. And I can't see him could beat any of them. And by the time he even gets a shot, he'll be 40. So no chance. Just earn your money, take the right fights at the right time, and then
I think you're spot on. I think he's got a puncher's chance in some of those because he does it very hard. Not sure about his chin really and how it'd hold up now. I mean, he looks a big 240 sort of pound heavyweight. Really don't know. I think he'd be outboxed by a lot of those ones that you mentioned there. Wardley would just be a firefight. I just think Wardley's chin would hold up better than what Riakporhe's does. And I like Riakporhe. Look, I think there's something quite likeable about him. But I've got to be honest, I think for him, really big domestic scene fights that are going to earn him career-changing money and then sail off into the sunset, mate.
Yeah.
You'll go for a world title if you get the opportunity, but I don't think
the Ekow fight is the one. The Ekow fight, that'll be a great fight for him. We'd love to see that. The needle that's there.
That's almost a pay-per-view, I think, maybe.
Yeah,
that one.
Definitely that could be a pay-per-view card for sure.
I reckon, brilliant. I think we'll move on now. So we got this will be an interesting one. So Adam Azim Scobie. Now I think, I mean, he's only 23, still learning. We really, I'd love to see him in there against the winner of Subriel Matthias and Dalton Smith.
Yeah.
You know, obviously they're fighting for a world title, aren't they? But he's obviously the IBO super light title. I mean, he hasn't really, and I know because you're not sure about the hype. I think he almost reminds me a bit of a Moses Atoma and a Bivol. Obviously, the IQ we don't know yet. But his hand speed, his movement, I really rate him. He's got he needs some tests. He needs to be in a really massive fight next. But I want to get because I know you're not buying a lot of the hype that people are talking about, are you? You're not sure.
The thing is with him is he hasn't got the confidence, a belief in himself. He's got the talent. If he had the belief, he would have fought Dalton Smith. If he had the belief, he could have knocked this guy out in round 6. He could have fucking stopped him early, but he didn't believe in himself. He didn't need to break him down. He didn't need to do all that because the guy, you know, when someone's got the high guard, when he was hitting him with shots, the guy was looking away and taking a step back, and he was looking away. While he's not looking at you, you should have followed up. Double up, right hat, like combinations, because the guy. He's not looking at your punches. He's looking away, and he kept doing it. And I just feel like, the body shots was really good, but I think he needed to do more head, body, head. When he's looking away, time him. You know, if I throw that long stinging jab, I step into it. He takes a step back. Then you just jab, hook off it. Do some combinations so that because you know this guy's not looking, and then the punches that knock you out. He could have stepped on the gas. I know Shane McGuigan said, "Don't worry, you're winning the rounds. Just keep on going." But for
you beat me to my next question. Yeah,
he should have said, "Take this fucking guy out. Yeah, he's running from you. He's scared. He don't want it. He's fucking big and slow. Knock him out." And he just did it. And just more self-belief. I don't believe he believes in himself, and I don't believe the team believe in himself. Maybe they think, they've seen something in training that he's a bit sloppy and he gets caught when he goes through the gears. I don't know.
Maybe we don't know. I think it's an interesting theory, Chris. And I at the end of the day, I always respect people that don't maybe go with the narrative because we have to be careful about mainstream media. I mean, we're independent media, and I think part of our thing is that we give our own opinions. Chris will at times. I do see some of where you're coming from in that. I think it's difficult to know in sparring and what goes on and what they're seeing. And he's clearly him and Moses Atoma are probably the two big British prospects, outside of Wardley, Dubois. Yeah. There's obviously some others, Sam Noakes, obviously a big prospect. There's others, of course.
Yeah.
But I wonder whether they're maybe overly protecting his career a little bit, and I don't know. Just another theory, maybe where Ben Shalom's loot, I think his biggest prized asset now after Ben Whittaker going, and maybe they're being overly careful with the instruction, saying to Shane, look, just bring him on slow. Because he did say, and I can't remember if this happened. Adam Azim might have said something in the corner, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, or Chris, about, should I change things up? And Shane McGuigan went, no, keep doing what you're doing and it'll come. So he was following instruction. But like you say, someone with a killer instinct would have gone, nah, I see something here. I'm getting him out of there.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I do think he is a real talent and could be a world champion. But I do hear what you're saying.
The belief. You've got You got to believe. I believe,
Yeah.
right, this guy's... I need to take him out. This guy's ready to go. I just feel
He was
that.
solid, wasn't he? But he wasn't really offering anything offensively. He was just in his shell. Most of the fight, just in his shell,
Kept
little
looking
left hook here
away.
and there.
And it just... The guy was there for the taking, and I would have made rather have made a statement, big stage, knock this twat out. This American, loudmouth American, all mouth, no trousers, coming over here chatting shit. Knock him out, send him home.
But did get the job done, and still with a decent performance, though.
And he got the stoppage. He got
the stoppage.
But I know that he could have. I know he could have stopped him earlier, and I don't. But his coach told him not to. To be fair, so you can't put all the blame on him. His coach said, "Don't do anything. You're winning. You're winning. Just leave it. Just leave it. Like carry on. Carry on."
You want to see a little bit more. You want to see him taking on the big fights. I have to admit, it's still only 23, still young, but I think now he's been a European champion. Vacated that for whatever reason. Bench him on.
Doc Dalton Smith. He didn't want the smoke.
Well, most likely, yeah. And I think we'll get even more of an idea of how good Dalton Smith is after the Subriel Matthias fight, which is a really I like Matthias is a decent fighter. So, but anyway, yeah. So Chris needs to see a lot more. I think he could be the real deal. But let us know in the comments. Massive prospect or another hype job? Let us know.
Yeah, for sure.
This was almost fight of the night for me. I think this next one, Caterall versus the Engine.
Oh,
fight of the night, I think.
Wow.
I don't even know where to start, Chris. Just go on, I don't know where to start.
I'm from Chorley, Lancashire, where I'm from.
Yeah,
I'm a Lancashire lad, and So, Essuman, what a warrior! Got dropped early in the fight.
Oh man, fucking hell! Heart of a lion.
That was a bad knockdown. He was streaming with blood. He got caught. He got hit, and he got dropped heavily. Got up. And he worked his way back in the fight, and he pressured him, and Caterall, where he's got this new style of being more aggressive, holding his feet more, sitting down,
letting his hands go.
Letting them hands go. Caterall was letting the hands fly. And yeah, he got hit a lot more, but when he needed to have a rest, he still had that Mayweather, Philly shell, ring craft about him to take a breather. Then he went back to letting his hands go and taking over, because that Essuman, he was coming back into the fight, and it looked like he might even knock Caterall out, and then Caterall ended up knocking him down, I
thought Caterall was reverting time for a little while, and I remember Eddie Earn after the fight got in there and said, when you were letting your hands go, like you were doing, it had everything. They both were cut, both were probably hurt at times, Essuman through the ropes a couple of times, then kind of coming back. And bear in mind, people, Essuman just come off a very good win against Josh Taylor. I know Josh Taylor was probably really at the end of his career, but probably a highlight of his career win against Josh Taylor. And Caterall was just, I don't know, he just looked at a totally different proposition. I wonder whether on the night, Chris, because Turkey was there, ring card and all the rest of it, and with all he had coming off those difficult Harlem, Eubank and Barbosa performances, and what Turkey was saying, I almost feel like Caterall in particular wanted to put on a statement performance to earn himself a world title at 147. Because he listed, I saw his Twitter today, right, and he put a Twitter down very simply, and he put Lewis Crocker, Barrios, Rolly, Norman, Junior, Haney. That was the post. So he's got real intentions, Caterall, now at 32, of wanting to win a world title. And I think that performance, like you were saying about the belief with Adam Azim, I would pose to you that performance with Caterall was, I believe in myself. I want to win that world title.
And you know what he showed? He showed he's got that dog in him. Like Essuman was coming back at him, coming back, and He bit down in his
badly as well.
Yeah,
badly.
He had a bad cut. He bit down in his gum shield, and he started throwing hands back. And he thought, right, I've got to swing it out with this guy. I'm getting tired. I've got a cut. He's cut. He won't stop. He won't stop coming. So I'm gonna have to put this guy down. He didn't run away. He didn't start fucking about doing his reverting back. He did for a bit, but I think that was just to take a breather. Obviously, he's been throwing hands. He don't normally throw hands like that. So he's getting his second wind. and he put this guy down, and he showed us like, this is the new me. I'm ready to throw hands. I'm not gonna do Tom and Jerry fights no more.
His trainer was telling him, wasn't he, in the corner, like, come on, he's there. Look at him, look. He's goosed, he's gassed. Get him out of there. I think he was saying something along those lines, like he's ready to go. Come on, let's go.
Like, I know,
that's what I wanted. I wanted to see. I've believed it. I've always been a fan, as you know. Like I've always, I know everyone's, but I've always quite liked him, and I've been waiting for this sort of performance. You know, maybe moving to America because he's based out in America now, isn't he, or has been, and the new trainer has been exactly what he's needed.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. Like Jamie Moore, fantastic. He's a fantastic coach, yeah. But sometimes you need a change. You need a change. You need to kick up the arse. You need a new bit of vigor to change things up. And his new coach, I like what I'm seeing, and I think he can go on because. That is a really, really, really good win, and he beat a fucking excellent fighter. Let's not forget that guy, I can't remember, did he beat Josh Taylor or not?
Yeah, he did, yeah, he was. He retired after that, Josh Taylor. Chris.
That guy just whooped Josh Taylor's ass better than you did.
I thought that was a really good win.
He beat Josh Taylor better than he beat Josh Taylor in the second fight.
Yeah.
So I think that's a tremendous win, and he did it in style, stopped the guy. It was an exciting fight, and I don't think anyone's going to want to fight. No one's going to want to fight Caterall because now
I think that was a real statement. That so just to round up, Chris, unless there was anything you wanted to add on the card as a whole. Out of those, obviously Lewis Crocker's picked up the IBF because obviously Boots Ennis moved up to 154, so obviously that title was vacant and he picked it up. Lewis Crocker's obviously well kind of perceived, shall we say. Barrios probably is the one everyone's going to be. I think Barrios is a winnable fight for a lot of fighters. Ronnie Romero obviously got the WBA. I think that's winnable. The Norman Jr. Haney, I'd probably stay away from those two. I think they're Norman Jr. hits hard with both hands. Haney's tricky. I'd probably say Barrios or Ronnie Romero. But who would you want to see him go for?
I would like to see him fight
Lewis Crocker.
But no, Barrios, Ronnie Romero, I'd like to see because I think he'll make a statement against them guys. But I think I don't want to see him fight Haney because I think Haney will run, and he'll have to stalk him all night.
Oh, if Haney beats Norman Jr. this Saturday coming, we've got our preview with Gunman Boxing coming up. Quick plug, so watch that. If Haney wins that and he goes down that route. Oh, that could be a difficult watch, Caterall Haney. That could be because Caterall might get disheartened a little bit. Yeah. That'll be a terrible style, I think.
When you've got to try and cut the ring off against someone who's fucking like the Roadrunner, it's. Well, the good thing is Caterall's got a good counterpuncher, and he'll be able to time Haney if Haney,
good accuracy.
Yeah, and if Haney. And it'll just be horrible to watch. It will be horrible to watch.
Yeah, I hope it because he deserves it after that absolute robbery. That he should have been undisputed, shouldn't he? At 1-4-4-7, was it?
No, 140.
Yeah, 140. Sorry, 140. Yeah. That's it, really. Do you know what? I just want to say, other than the main event, I loved all the kind of prestige around it and the walkouts, but it was a bit of a non-entity. Take nothing away from Conor Benn. The undercard was absolutely terrific. It shocked me how good it was. Every fight was great. Help, I need somebody. Help, now she's